Welcome to the Payback Vault, your go-to hub for revenge stories, epic payback, and jaw-dropping karma. If you love thrilling tales of justice and dramatic moments, you're in the right place. Have you ever been pushed to the edge by a job that just didn't appreciate you? Well, I found myself in exactly that spot, but instead of letting it go, I made sure they paid big time. So, here's how it all went down. I had just been hired at a family-owned fitness equipment business that looked like a dream job on paper, run by a former Olympian's wife, Amy, and her 2 kids. They told me they wanted to modernize the company and needed someone with marketing skills. They welcomed me in with open arms, and the whole environment felt like a family reunion. Every morning, it was hugs and smiles. Amy even called me part of the family. But the family charm wore off fast. Every meeting felt like chaos, with Amy and her kids just throwing ideas around and expecting me to make miracles happen. I wasn't just handling marketing. I was setting up Salesforce, automating everything from invoices to customer support, and building systems from scratch. I'd be the first one in, the last one out, doing the job of an entire team, all by myself. One day, about a month in, I thought things were finally settling down. Then Amy and her daughter cornered me in a meeting room. I still remember how Amy crossed her arms, looked me dead in the eye, and said, "Why haven't sales doubled?" Like I was supposed to be a one-person marketing miracle. I tried explaining that I'd done everything I could, but her mind was made up. They fired me on the spot. I felt humiliated and furious. All my hard work, everything I'd done to bring them into the modern world, tossed aside like it meant nothing. And as I walked out, the anger turned into something stronger. They didn't just let me go. They'd set me up to fail. I wasn't about to walk away quietly. While I'd been there, I'd noticed how sloppy they were with safety. Forklifts driving around without certification, exposed wires in customer areas, even a teenage employee balancing on top of a forklift's forks, 20 feet in the air without any safety gear. I hadn't planned on reporting it, but as I walked out, I knew I had exactly what I needed to make them pay. I spent that night gathering everything I documented, photos, videos, and notes, every hazard, every violation, organized and ready. The next morning, I made a call to OSHA. I shared everything, the exposed wiring, unsafe forklift use, ADA violations. I even had photos of that teenager balancing on a forklift with no harness. The OSHA rep warned me it would take a while, but they assured me it would be looked into. Over the next few months, I kept tabs on the business. I'd sometimes drive past to see if there were any signs of change. Then, one day, I noticed something different. The parking lot was empty, and a for lease sign hung in the window. Their once bustling business was closed up. The grass was overgrown. The letters on their sign were falling off, and the whole place looked like it had been abandoned for weeks. The fines must have been massive, enough to bankrupt them. A few days later, my friend in real estate called me, saying that Amy's house had sold, and she and her family had packed up and left town. Just like that, the empire they tried to build had crumbled because they couldn't treat people right. And as I looked back on everything that had happened, I felt a surprising sense of peace. They'd pushed me to the edge, so I made sure they knew what it felt like to be thrown aside. In the end, maybe I was the karma they'd been asking for. Sometimes, in life, we have to accept that we are the karma that someone is coming to them. Justice served, one story at a time. If you love stories like these, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Let me know in the comments below.